Hello and welcome back. Today's video is all about the König and Meyer 17525 Guardian 5-rack electric guitar stand. So stick around if you want some gift ideas for Christmas, birthday, or if you're just in the market for somewhere to hold your guitars safely and securely.
This is Everything Guitar.
So the König and Meyer 17525 Guardian 5-rack electric guitar stand. It's not the cheapest stand that you can get for your money in the market. It's definitely one of the most expensive. This one will set you back in UK pounds anyway, about £120. So you can imagine what the dollars will be like. It'll be like $140, $150 at 2001 prices. You supposedly get a 3-year warranty with it and a 50-day money-back guarantee. The one that I own is black and translucent, which means there's no dye in any of the contact points. And I think that's important. You can get some transfer going between the dye and your nitrocellulose lacquer. It's got a collapsible plastic frame. So I've demonstrated here the stand being put into place, and you'll hear it click. And it is possible to pack this up and take it to a gig, but it's great around the house if you just want a space saver and you don't want clumpy looking guitar cases, cluttering up your studio or your room. So as a little demonstration, I decided to align two different types of guitar stands against the 5-rack, and to see how the 5-rack stand acts as a space saver. So the first type of stand, you can see what the general width is against the 5-rack, and so in the space of two guitars, you can store 5 with this. I've taken another type of guitar, the floor type stand. You can see again the amount of space that 2 stands take up in relation to 5, the space of 5, then the 5-rack definitely wins. So it's a great demonstration of how to save space. If guitars are on display, someone clumsy could knock something onto them to damage them, or possibly you could be on stage and someone could knock it over. And that's why you want the most secure stand possible. There are always going to be clumsy people around, and you cannot account for that in all scenarios. As for the contact points, they're nice and they're very soft and they won't damage your guitar. You can see by the design of it that it's very easy just to put a guitar down, and I would have no qualms anyway about putting, say, a more expensive electric guitar on this stand. I think I'd be fine with that. That said, I would always, it doesn't matter what the stand is, I would always have guitars on stands with extreme caution. I'd have my eye out, make sure that people aren't doing something stupid near them. But if you need to have a guitar on a stand, then this seems like a sensible solution. It does seem fairly lightweight, which is 3.9 kilograms. The base length is 688 millimeters. The base width, 335 millimeters. The height, 700 millimeters. The frame material is plastic. Suitable instruments, it says electric guitars, and I've tried to demonstrate in the picture that the size, the width of the bottom of the stand, the bottom part of the stand, it is fairly narrow, so I've demonstrated what it looks like when you put a wider guitar how it will sit. And actually I was quite happy with the way it sits. It doesn't sit directly in the slot, but it sits safely enough. It houses 5 instruments. Guitars are all bass, electric guitars really all bass, or semi-electrics, you know, like 335s and typical kind of Gretsch body shapes. Extra compartments, pick holder. And the colour of this one really is translucent and black combined. And then I've tried rocking it about a little bit to see what would happen, see how sturdy it is. And what I'm looking for is that sideways movement that some stands have. They seem a bit flimsy from side to side. So in other words, from the first guitar to the 5th guitar, there's some sort of diagonal type movement. And this one does seem very solid. So I'm quite impressed with that. And I'd heard anyway about this one, that this was a solid design. And that's what I wanted really, something around the house to hold a few guitars whilst recording, or just to save some space rather than having cases hanging about. Now, when I said that this was a present idea, this is ideal for people who just have a partner or have a friend that they know has got lots of electric guitars and lots of very thin-bodied guitars, like 335s and the rest of it. You know, and it will fit slightly thicker type guitars, like jazz type body guitars, but really, if you know someone's got quite a number of electric guitars and they're all over the place, they're on furniture, you know, they're around the house, then you'd be pretty safe in buying this as a present, as a great way of just storing the guitars, whatever they use on stage or whatever they use at home, you'll be able to see. And if it's not a 5-rack and they've got quite a number of guitars, 3, 4, 5 guitars or more, then this is definitely a good buy. And it's an easy thing for someone without any knowledge to go out and buy and be assured that the result is going to be worthwhile. So my conclusion really is this a good buy? Well, it's expensive for the money, but it is solid. It does do the job, and for the kind of thing that I think most people would want, which is somewhere safe to put guitars, relatively speaking, somewhere that's idiot-proof regarding acts of God. On the whole, I would say that this is solid, and for the money, I'm relatively happy that the guitars are safe, as they can be. So anyway, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.